do it.
Hey guys, this is Versatile from VSC Power, now hosted on the Money Finish Game channel. So we got a really great game tutorial today. I looked on YouTube, and at the time of this recording, there's no other YouTube video that explains the kind of detail that I will be doing today. And I'm going to show you how you can play your PlayStation 1 games off of USB. I've tried both a USB hard drive, and I've tried a USB thumb drive, and I'm sure it works off the network, but I have not tried that method. So how does this work? If you go to the more info section, I got a link to this forum at the psx-scene.com. And what you want to do in a nutshell is you want to download this particular client program. It's an ELF file. It's a zip file actually. And it's over here under right here. It's this jjbundlevv2.rar. See the more info section, I got a link where you can download that. It's pretty easy. So if you go back to this thread here, just in a nutshell, it talks about what this program is, how it works, this emulator, and it allows you to play your PlayStation 1 games, whether it's a CCD file or a bin file, for example. You can play those type of games here, the CD-ROM images. And you're going to need to use a BIOS, like a PlayStation 1 BIOS. I can't link it to you here, but just say you can find it off of Google, okay? So let me show you how this works, and then once I show you how to set up your USB thumb drive, for in this example, then I'll show you proof of it on my TV. So we go to my computer here, and you want to make sure that your thumb drive is format as FAT32. So you right click, go to format, and just say, FAT32. If you'll give it a volume, a label name, make sure it doesn't have any spaces, no spaces. So I use the underscore for that. So when you go inside your USB thumb drive, what you want to do is extract the contents of this RAR file. So that's what I did. And I put everything in the root or of the thumb drive. So that's what all this stuff looks like here. And then what you want to do is also make sure in your BIOS folder you get a copy of this scph7502.bin file. Like I said, use Google. Unfortunately, I don't want this video to be taken down, so I can't link that file exactly here. So get that file. And then under games, what you want to do is get your PlayStation 1 games, rip them yourself or find it elsewhere, and put it into your folder here. So I have some games here. As an example, I got this Marvel vs. Capcom. It's the CCD file format. And then I got the Rogue Trip, which is a bin and queue format file. And then also Twisted Metal 1, bin and queue, just for example purposes. And that's pretty much it. Go ahead and eject your USB thumb drive. And then in my case, I have a modded PS2. I am using the free McBooth method. So I'm going to show you how to run the ELF file. I'm going to assume that you are in a very similar boat and your PS2 is also modded. If your PS2 is not modded, by all means, check out my PS2 playlist, and I'll show you how things are done. So with this said, let's jump straight into that portion of the video tutorial. It's awesome. Alright, so in this portion of the video, I'll show you proof of this working. So here's my PS2 Slim. I got a USB thumb drive, 8 gigabytes Corsair, and that's what I'm using to run the games here. So what we're going to do is go ahead, we're going to go to ULaunch ELF, and we're going to press X, okay? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to press, let's see here, circle, and then I'm going to go down to mass, press circle, and now we're going to go down to this PS2PXE GUI pack.elf and press circle, and it's going to go ahead and launch that program. And let me show you what the settings look like for my particular program here. So I go down to configuration, press X, go to system, select your path. So I'm going to do this just in case, go to mass 0, and then press R1, scroll down a bit, and select the PS2PSXe.elf and press X. Okay, awesome. Select your BIOS, so press X. Go to your mass 0, go to your BIOS folder, select your bin file, press X. Okay. All this, just leave alone, press triangle. Video, I'm using an NTSC console, so that's what I'm using. If you're a PAL, you want to select PAL. All the default options is fine. Now let's go to audio. I have emulate sound enabled, okay. Input, I have digitized pad enabled, okay. And then let's go ahead and press X on save default config. Awesome. So now let's press triangle. Let's go ahead and select my CD-ROM image. So I'm going to go down to mass 0. I'm going to go down to games. And let's go ahead and pick Twisted Metal, one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 1. And now I select Start Emulation. And if everything's working okay or correctly, it's going to boot into your PS1 game. It's awesome. And here's the USB thumb drive. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. It might take a while to unload depending on, I don't know, what kind of files you have on there. But here we go. The intro is working. One thing I did notice, like not all the sound is working correctly. Like if there's in-game music, I never noticed that, but it's okay for this game. So let's go ahead, press start. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So here we got sound here. Sometimes the menus are sort of screwed up. It's one thing I noticed every once in a while. I guess it depends on the game. Or maybe it's just part of the emulation. I'm not really sure. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, let's press start here. Press start again. See some quirks like that. But I'll show you proof. Hey, look at this. It's working. And it is all off the USB. If I open up my drive here, I don't have a disc, guys, so I'm playing off the USB. This is awesome. Hell yeah. One thing that you could do if you go back to the main menu, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you press all the triggers and press the up key, it should take you back to the main menu of the PS2PSXe program. And it doesn't work properly on my USB thumb drive, but when I use my USB hard drive, it works perfectly. So I can't really explain that. But that is the program in a nutshell. It's pretty awesome. Save your laser on your PlayStation 2, fat or slim, and play your PlayStation games off a USB thumb drive, or off a hard drive, internal hard drive, or maybe off the network too. So if you guys have any nitpicky questions, leave a comment here on the YouTube page and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.